I remember hearing Enema Of The State when I must have been about 12-ish. I remember it just hearing the single All The Small Things and then seeing the video of them taking the mick out of all these like pop stars and like pop bands and them playing their instruments and like Travis having tattoos, and I was just like, I want to do that. And then shortly after that I started having drum lessons with my friend who was learning bass at the time, and he wanted to be Mark Hoppus and I wanted to be Travis Barker, and we went to this guy in this little village where I was from that could play both instruments, and we both learned like Blink songs together. I remember sitting on the end of my bed and putting a pillow over the end of like the wooden bit of my bed, and I just had some drumsticks and I would just hit on that and play along to All The Small Things. Just that song. The whole record's phenomenal. I love it. I love how fast it is, and the production is just like one of the best sounding pop punk records ever, I think. I put it on vinyl and like get it out of this like record player with this like amazing blue vinyl and listen to it front to back. Whereas, you know, when I was younger, I just wanted to listen to like the really fast songs, like Party Song, and then I'd go back in Aliens Exist and then go through, and you know, and now I can appreciate it for the whole thing. After I was talking about how much I loved Enema Of The State, I remember like an uncle being like, you should listen to Dookie, and then being like, oh, Green Day are sick, I love Dookie, but I didn't have any idea that that was influencing Blink. And then I remember I got into Newfound Glory and Good Charlotte, and then it was sort of like any band shirt that they would wear, I would be like, who's this band? And then you'd be like, oh, it's the Descendants. I like the Descendants now. And sometimes you'd be like, oh, Travis is wearing a Slayer shirt, who are Slayer? And you'd be like, whoa, this band is crazy. It makes me feel really nostalgic when I listen to it, because it takes me back to being like in a little village and skateboarding around and like sitting at the beach and like having no care in the world and not having to pay council tax and bills, and you know, just living at your parents' house, just going to school, and like going to school being the worst thing about the world. It just makes me think of being like really young and innocent, and it's nice. Every time I listen to it, I feel happy. The album essentially put me on this path to being a musician and realising that I didn't necessarily have to do as well in school as I was being told I had to do this and had to pass this, and I was just like, I'm just going to play drums. It'll figure itself out. If I'm really focused on music, if I do everything I can to be a good musician, then everything else will work itself out, and it did. I'm not saying that everyone should do that, but yeah, it worked out for me, just about.